What's the top cause of blacks dying?
Poverty, single parent homes, and the culture. So I wouldn't say the culture. We have a subculture that has superseded our culture. It's a subculture that have superseded the original culture of black people.
Tell me more.
Black people have always pursued education to get out. It was never about sports. So now you got a sports guy who can have an ability to get his education, but he'll leave soon just to go get the money and be broke 5 years after he leaves, statistically wise, without the education. Guess what? He ended up in prison. The single parent motherhood is the number one tool and detriment against the black community. It's not the absent father. The absent father is not around. How can he have an impact? His absence does. But he's more impacted what he sees his mother does and what man she brings in and out the life. How she treats him. So most guys who've been mistreated by their mother grow up to mistreat women. They don't grow up, they fight men. That's the issue they got with dad. But it's a lot of guys got issues with dad and mother because they had a neglectful mother. So he extremely violent. And there's no Boy Scouts program. There's no early childhood training to teach emotional intelligence. Mama frustrated. So what typically does a single mother does? When everything is going good and going great, she don't spank the kids as much. Let a new man come into her life, she's a lot more loving and kind. Let things go bad, she's more frustrated, she's angry. You know, so now you get the emotional response. So now she whooping you because how she feel, not off teaching you discipline and correction. Now it's about how, so she's taking it out on the kids. So most guys were abused. Most guys, when we see these violent people, and I've worked on many cases, murder cases, assisting criminal defense mitigation specialists. What I come to find out, most of these violent guys have been sexually abused. How gangster you think he is? Yeah, most that's where the violence comes from. They're hiding behind extreme violence and aggression. But if he don't get the death penalty, they trying to kill him, he won't ever admit to it. So when you start learning mitigating factors about certain cases, you start to see a parallel and a correlation to sexual abuse, physical abuse, child neglect, and a mother. The mother created Jeffrey Dahmer. It wasn't the father. The mothers create these cold-hearted, callous, seem-to-be children that's coming out of the community. The mother creates that. She gives him the anger. Matter of fact, she gives him the fuel for the abandonment to turn into anger. Because he never heard nothing good about a black man. When he turned on television, a black man had been killed. He watched a Tyler Perry movie, fucked up black man. Everything, so he a little boy trying to reflect. So he get his weight up with his hate, and he pay everybody back when he's bigger.
Here's some stats that we got from father absence crisis in America. You ready for these stats? Let's go through them. Poverty. 4 times greater risk of poverty without a father in the house. More likely to have behavioral problems. 2 times greater risk of infant mortality. More likely to go to prison. More likely to commit crime. 7 times more likely to be pregnant as teen. More likely to face abuse and neglect. More likely to abuse drugs and alcohol. 2 times more likely to suffer obesity. 2 times more likely to drop out of high school. You want me to continue? There's a bunch of stats like this here. Children in father-absent homes account for 71% of all high school dropouts, 90% of all homeless and runaway children. Let me say it one more time. 90% of all runaway and homeless children. 63% of youth suicides. And across America in 2022, data shows that approximately 18.3 million kids who live without a father in the home, equaling 1 in every 4 live in a house without a father.
Why abort the babies? Why not try to find the daddy? Y'all come together, get him some resources to breathe life and keep life instead of take life. Why kill the baby? If I get mad at my dog, I can't shoot him, I can't feed him, but I can go kill my baby? You'll put me in jail if I can't feed my dog no more, kill him, abandon him, and she can go kill the baby without the father's consent. She didn't make the baby by herself, so our government get this woman and this organization to kill a man's baby without his permission.
Black people helped me reach the masses. Now, as you know, I was over music in heaven. My beats were so dope, I got over 1/3 of the angels to follow me. And once I got here to the earth, I needed artists and entertainers to help me promote my message here. Who better than black people? Black people possess all the natural rhythm and music ability that I need. And it's easy for me to influence them with money since so many of them grew up without it. Another reason I target black people is because they're strong mentally and physically. If black men were to ever find their identity in Christ, I'd be in trouble. So I try my best to destroy the black family structure and keep black men away from his family and the church. Drugs and incarceration are a couple of my more popular means. Without the head of the household present, I can become the head and influence the children without too much resistance.